In 2020, there is an understanding that physically you are born into a family, but spiritual, which is spiritually about your existence, might not come from the same family. With session that put him on a goal of it was endowed by God spiritually to gain expression. Now, the man called Elisha to receive the mantle, he went to the grave with the mantle, foundation that will permit you to gain stability ministerially for exploit and impact. Very spiritual lineage. Now look at David. David was born right one time. I'm a child born out of iniquity. But hear me, God permitted him to be born in that family vision in the spirit concerning the existence. Again, this is Bishop Dr.Gerald telling you. This is one of the books out of the 95 that just came out, which you need to about life. And we're talking about a very sensitive topic, which is going to carry you to a place where your life will take a whole new meaning. Spiritual lineage is the book in my hand, and I tell you, in 2020 there is an understanding that is about to blow your mind. Now let me take you to a drill into the different phases of this particular manual, for you don't need to miss any bit of that which is pregnant in this manual. Now we have the first phase, what to do in deciphering spiritual lineage. My God, you know, a lot of people don't know that physically you are born into a family, but spiritually there is a line of persons which are operating in a particular frequency which you are mandated to function in. Your family physically might give you a legal entrance into the physical world in placement for that which is spiritually about you to gain expression. But you must understand that people who carry the element and ingredient of that which is in line of that which you are called for spiritually might not come from the same family with you. Men who can be able to provoke that which is spiritually about your existence might not come from the same family with you. When Elijah encountered Elijah encountered Elisha, something about Elisha got to a place of reorganization that put him on a goal of impact and influence. There are spiritual alignment that causes that which is trapped inside of you, which was endowed by God spiritually to gain expression. Now, the second phase has to do with finding your spiritual lineage for ministerial accomplishment. I tell you, some people who have passion about ministry, until they get to a place of aligning to men who spiritually are moving in the line of that which they're fashioned for, men who spiritually possess ingredients that can spice that which ministerially they are fashioned to manifest, they would be normal in their ministerial operation. So I tell you, finding the spiritual lineage for your ministerial accomplishment is very vital. There are people who possess certain qualities which might not look like that which you are manifesting, but they are potent spiritually to activate, unlock, unblock certain dimensions of divinity in you to gain expression. Now the third phase has to do with tapping into the genealogical virtues trapped in your biological lineage. Here we're talking about that which is spiritual about every family, which live from one genes to another, genealogically, genetically. Now, there is something which is trapped in every family line, which sometimes a particular generation operates in perversion and covers the beauty of what is in a particular family line. Now, let me explain to you so you get to understand. Because when the man called Elisha to receive the mantle, he went to the grave with the mantle. And the Bible says, when a dead man was being carried and passed close to his grave, something happened, and the man was dumped, and he fell on the bones of Elisha, and a dead man came to life, telling you that trapped into the graves are potential abilities which can be able to sustain our generations not yet exploited. So your ability to tap into that which is in your genealogical family line, which has not been exploited, which was abused, would give you a foundation that will permit you to gain stability ministerially for exploit and impact. Very important. Now, the fourth phase has to do with the controversial birth situations demystified through connectivity to spiritual lineage. Now, look at David. David was born in the family, and they said that this child was not the son of Jesse, but Jesse got married to the mother and had him. He cried one time, "I'm a child born out of iniquity." But hear me, God permitted him to be born in that family because there was a kingly mandate that was upon that family, but there was a weakness upon those who were in that family that could not be able to manage it. So God brought David into that family. You might call it that is a child born out of wedlock, a child born in any condition. Whatever God permits to come on the earth, God has a program for it. I'm talking to somebody who is feeling so bad about himself because they are born out of wedlock. Hear me very well. And David received the anointing, and David performed effectively, and David became great. There is a place for every person. You need to read this book so that you don't get to a place where you allow biology to be able to destroy what divinity has for you. The last verse has to do with spiritual fathers and mentors. You need to get this book, and your life will never remain the same again. A time has come where you are about to understand that which is about you that will bring you to a place of influence and relevance. So many people, because they are ignorant about that which is spiritual, they have not been able to connect to that which has been made as a provision in the spirit concerning their existence. They get into struggle. Here comes your relief. Here comes your answer. Here comes your light. You're about to shine. 2020 is for you. Get a copy. God bless you. This is Bishop Dr. Gerald telling you, this is one of the books out of the 95 that just came out, which you need to get a copy, and your life will never remain the same again. God